James Holt back with another video. Today we want to talk about how much money you need to start a dropshipping store. If you're new to this is probably one of the questions on your mind. It was certainly one of the questions on my mind. So I just want to give you a rough overview of the costs that you're going to have and what I think the minimum budget is that you're going to need if you want to start a successful dropshipping store. If you have less money than this, I suggest you look at videos on the channel look at the business progression video and start with freelancing so that you have enough of a budget to test and truly give dropshipping a real go, that you can make something out of this. Let's just go over the costs that you're going to have. First of all, you've got startup costs. It's not much, just a $10 domain and maybe a bit of money for a logo, which you can get from Fiverr. I'll add that in actually. Logo I usually get from Fiverr. Domains I get from Namecheap. Then I say you want at least 3 months of runway where you have some time to test products and get the feel for Shopify, get the feel for dropshipping, and hopefully learn enough so that you can become profitable. Of course, you might become profitable, and many of you will become profitable in less than 3 months, but I don't think that's guaranteed, and some of you it will take 3 months or even longer. So you want to make sure you have at least $100 for Shopify subscriptions, which is the basic plan, I think, $29 a month. Don't quote me on that. You get 14 days free trial on Shopify, by the way, and I've got a link for the free trial down in the description of this video. Then there's Shopify apps that you're going to need that are basically mandatory. For example, Abandonment Protector or an upsell app or scarcity apps, all of that stuff. These are small monthly costs, but they do add up. So being conservative, I'd say about $100 for 3 months of app expenses. Next, the main expense is going to be Instagram shoutouts. If you're a new store, you have no idea, you don't know what products work, you don't know what influencer pages work, you want to have enough money to test many different products and many different pages to find a combination that works. You want to start on small pages. You don't want to spend a lot of money on a page that you don't know if it works and you don't know if your product converts. Once you have a product that works, that sells well on smaller pages, you can then take that onto a bigger page, which you can happily pay more money for because you've got a good idea that you'll make the money back. But when you're just getting started, I wouldn't pay more than $25 for a single shout out. That includes a story, preferably with swipe up, link in bio, absolutely mandatory, and a timeline post. Of course, you can also get shout outs for cheaper than $25. This is just sort of a conservative upper limit number. And if all the influencers you're contacting are above or quoting prices above $25, you're either looking at pages that are too big, so come down, look in the 50,000 followers range, or you're just looking for pages that are far too obvious. So if you search for the main keyword in your niche and you select the first page, chances are you're not the first person to write to that page, and their prices will therefore be higher. Once you start digging in, getting deeper in to the Instagram algorithms and related pages and just manual research, other pages that you come across where you see people running ads or where you see people liking the pictures, that's when you can get good deals for a relatively cheap price, pages with good engagement and high followers. To check engagements, highly recommend the free tool flanks.com, user engagement calculator. Never run shoutouts on pages with less than 1% engagement. Although on smaller pages you can look for 2 to 5%, and you will find quite a lot of pages that are small that have high engagement. It's just the way the algorithm goes. Once you're looking at pages with 100,000, 200,000 or up to 1 million followers, the engagement rate is going to be lower. So there's a bit of a range here depending on how many shoutouts you're going to run. So we're saying $250 to $375 just for Instagram shoutouts. Again, somewhat conservative estimate because I really don't want you to start dropshipping if you don't have this budget to spend and lose. Now, when I say this is the budget you should have, that doesn't include any calculations about money that's coming back in, because chances are you're going to lose money at first and you're going to lose all of it. You might run a shout out, pay $25, make no sales, and then do it again and again. You're now $75 down plus all of this, and you've got nothing to show for it. If at that point you run out of budget because you only ever had $200 to spend, you've just wasted that money, you've wasted the time, and there's no real learning experience there, because everything you've learned you now can't apply because you don't have any money left to keep running the business. So you have to make sure you've got enough money that you can benefit from your learning experience and turn it into profitable campaigns down the road. So if you have anything less than $500 or $600 I would recommend starting with freelancing, starting with niche sites, and avoiding dropshipping or actually anything with paid ads in general. You can always come back, won't take you long to make this amount of money freelancing or doing whatever. What about Facebook ads? I mentioned Instagram shoutouts, I did not mention Facebook ads, and that was on purpose. If you're on a tight budget, and if you're watching a video titled "How much money do you need to start a dropshipping store?", chances are you're on a somewhat tight budget, or you're just a frugal person in general. You do not want to spend money on Facebook ads if you're on a tight budget, because the complexity of the platform and the amount of moving parts that go into a good ad campaign just mean that you'll have to spend too much money before becoming profitable. Now, that's not saying that Facebook ads, that you can never do Facebook ads. If you spend your $500 budget and within that time frame you become profitable, you find products that work on Instagram, so you can spend money on Instagram shoutouts and make it back, then you can move on to Facebook ads with your successful products. And I just realized I of course have missed out product costs in this, and that's because it's a large variable, so you have to keep that in mind as well, because you'll get money in and immediately have to pay for the product on AliExpress. So you've got a bit of a liquidity issue there, because the money will hit your PayPal account or your Stripe account, and it might even be locked for a short period of time because you're a new seller. So you probably want to add another $100 or $200 to this number down here, just to make sure that you've got enough cash to ship out all the products. I think that's about all there is to say. It's not a whole lot of money, but not everyone has that budget that they can afford to lose at any point of time. So I urge you to stay away from dropshipping if you don't have this budget to spend, and you have to be willing to lose this amount of money with nothing to show for it in return if you want to become good at this. That's all there is for this video today. If you liked the video, please do like the video. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. I answer every single one of them, and I'll be doing a weekly Q&A answering everybody's questions on video and also uploading it to a podcast platform. Subscribe to the channel. We're releasing new videos every single day, or I'm promising to release videos every single day. We'll see how long I can hold that promise. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.